Yeah, Steel City Sports Roast back in the house. Got a full panel. Smoking Jim Frazier, Big Rome, Fillmore's in the house. What's going on, fellas? How you feel?
Good.
Jim,
Oh,
you
great.
good? You up? You up, Jim? Yeah.
Hey, Jim, we both on the phone, but I think they can hear me over you.
Right. What's up, Fillmore? You popped up, but you said 10 minutes you was going to pop in.
I was, but I happened to be able to, get where I was, at least to the phone anyway.
Okay, man. We got so much to talk about. We usually do the show Wednesday. I tried to let some people know, but with Christmas Eve, I know, you guys had plans. But all right, we got Black Press. What's up, Black Press? Fire the whole Steelers security team. All right, Steelers should hire street security. All right, man. We're gonna get into that whole DK Metcalf situation. But Smoking Jim, what you got for us, man?
Hey, thanks, Lou. I'm closing out my books for 2025. So let me know, has the Penguins lost 8 games in a row or not? Because I'm not sure. Hey, listen, man. Hey, the Pittsburgh Steelers got the 9 wins, man. That's a beautiful thing. That's a dream come true for me. Hey, Luther. Gene became the first white cornerback to make the Pro Bowl since Pat Fincher made it in 1972. Before that, it was Dick LeBeau, 1970. Over 50 years since a white cornerback made the Pro Bowl. Congratulations to Cooper DeJean. Hey, Lou, I tell you what, man, I'll close it out with this. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Detroit Lions on the last play of the game on Bobby Lane's birthday. That curse continues. Lou, Bobby Lane wasn't going to let him have it on his birthday, brother.
You silly, man. All right, Jim, I appreciate that, man. Jim always comes with the one-liners. We got somebody else in there. Who's in here? We got Who to Go. What's going on, Who to Go? Salute, bro. Salute, bro. Listen, man, there's so much to talk about. One, I want to give credit to Bailey White, Alderdice. She set the record. Alderdice's leading scorer of all time. She set the record. So proud of her. We had her on the show. We gave her an award a couple years ago. So she's just continued to improve. So really, really proud of her about that. Listen, man, we got to talk about these diva receivers, man. I mean, every time you turn around, they're spitting on somebody. They're jumping into the stands. They're doing a whole lot of stuff that draw the attention. Selfish acts, that's one thing. But we also got to talk about these fans. Now, this Ryan Kennedy, he has a history with DK Metcalf. Last year, DK Metcalf, pulled him out to security. And that time, everybody heard him say that, the N-word. They heard him talk about DK Metcalf's mother. This time, not so much. And DK took it in his own hands. And, well, he's going to lose $500,000. The guarantees are now gone on his contract because he had a special clause in his contract, behavior clause in the contract, and he loses it all. So it's very expensive to go up there and pull that guy. But why is this Ryan Kennedy banned from the games? Why wasn't he banned last year when he uses that type of abusive, racist language and talking about someone's mother? He should have never been allowed back in an NFL arena. So, but that being said, DK has to make better decisions. Whole thing was wild. We're going to get into the referee and we're going to get into everything. There's a whole lot of things that we could talk about. Let's see, we got Black Press, fire the whole. You're going to keep saying that, Black Press? Fire the whole Steelers security team. Listen, there was security there. If they saw that was going on, instead of letting him get over there, the security's supposed to keep the distance, the safety of the fans and the safety of the players. There's no way he should have been allowed to get over there. And, well, now the Steelers are going to be without him for 2 games. The suspension was upheld. So we'll see. A whole lot of stuff to talk about. Fillmore, Big Rome, you guys want to weigh on this?
Yeah, it's simple for me, man. You gotta have emotional intelligence in this game. The person in the stands is not worth. They ain't worth a bag of chips, let alone $50 million. Come on, man. And then you can tell after the play, after the incident happened, he wasn't in the game. He dropped the pass. He was rattled by that because he knew it was coming.
Right.
He knew. He was getting that FedEx package. He knew he was going to have to come see New York. Man, it's just bad all around for DK. But we don't need DK to beat the Browns. Just saying.
You say
Get some
that.
rest, dog.
You say that. All right. Well, I thought that last year, what happened last year, the Browns with Jameis Winston in the snow talking about how he loves it. He put on a show, and they put up some numbers against the Steelers. Different team, different circumstances. Real quick, we got to talk about the Pro Bowls before we jump into this game. TJ Watt made it again. I don't think he deserved it. He made it off a name only. Jim, I know you're probably going to have something to say about it. Jalen Ramsey, yes. Ben Skoranek, yes. But I think a snub was Joey Porter Jr. He had a great year. Yes, he had some penalties, but he's been playing against the number one guys, shutting them down. He's really turning into something. Jim, you always talk about the penalties, but he's not leading the league, Jim. He's, around second or third. But when you're playing the top guys, that's what happens. Also, Zach Frazier, I thought, should have got some love at center. He's been playing a great center position, as we'll show in some of the runs. The running game has opened up, and he's making some key blocks. So I think both of those guys could have made it. I don't think TJ Watt should have made it. In my opinion, he had a very down season. I don't know what you guys think about that before we get in that game. Any snubs? Any thoughts on that? Mocha Jim, I don't want you to start.
We know Joey Porter had some injuries this year. Number one, he missed some games. He's not a Pro Bowler.
It's like two.
Zach Frazier is not a Pro Bowler. But we can talk about George Pickens. Congratulations to the true Pro Bowl.
We ain't talking about Pickens. Did this team make the playoffs?
Once a Steeler, always.
No. Only in your mind. Only you say that. But hey, let's jump in this. We got Black Prez is firing off. Myles Garrett breaks the sack record. Patrick Queen should have made it to the Pro Bowl. No, I don't agree with that. I think
absolutely. Patrick Queen had 2 games when him and I had the same amount of tackles. Ain't no way he makes the Pro Bowl.
I don't see that either, Fillmore. I feel you on that. But guys, any thoughts on the Pro Bowls? Big Run, what you think about that?
I agree with you on a lot of what you said as far as TJ Watt. He could have taken or leave it with him. I think he probably made it on name only. Right. I think Fontana is a name that should be out there. As long with Frazier are 2 people that should have made the Pro Bowl. I always think about the interior defensive line. I don't think we had a great year this year, so I don't expect anybody on our defensive line to make it this year. But definitely Joey Porter Jr. should have made the Pro Bowl. If he's not top 5, I don't know what the criteria is at this point. Because then I guess people are making it off the name alone. And that within itself is a problem. But everything you said, especially JPJ, Joey Porter Jr. should have made it.
I feel you on that, man. It's just, hey, it is what it is, man. Let's see. Patrick Queen, a.k.a. David Little. Black Prez going in on Patrick Queen. All right, we got Derby. All right, who the F cares about the Pro? What are Steelers? I want a Super Bowl. I'm tired of Pro Bowl appearances. Hey, listen, man. They have a chance. Let's get into this Detroit game. I got to admit, I was wrong on this Detroit game. I thought Detroit was going to be desperate. I thought the offense was going to be able to put up points. While they did put up some points late in the fourth quarter, most of that game, the defense held them down. Man, when you hold Jahmyr Gibbs to 15 yards rushing, I mean, that's some great work. And, Jim, the difference was Derek Harmon. You cannot continue to call this man a bust. When he's in there, the run defense is much better, Jim. I mean, the numbers bear it out. I mean, you gotta agree with that, Jim. Are you still calling him a bust, or you finally see the light?
Well, that's what they used to say about Ziggy Hood too. And
Nobody said that about Ziggy Hood.
If you guys can show me 3 plays where Derek Harmon did anything, listen. Listen. This is the first round draft choice, not a 12th round draft choice where he should have been. This is just a fat guy that's 320 pounds. He hasn't made it. Listen, Hayward's outplaying him. They drafted him to replace Hayward as far as impact. Hayward's outplaying him. He's making impact. You know, you got a guy like Lawrence Taylor, LT, first round draft choice, defensive player of the year, and defensive rookie of the year. Mean Joe Green, first team, all pro as a rookie. Aaron Donald, first team all pro as a rookie. And you guys are telling me that this invisible man, this invisible ghost is playing well. He hasn't done anything. You can get a guy. You get a Grove City to do the same.
Jim, I'm going plays. He's taking plays. He's definitely an Obama phone. Look, he's holding.
The impact is Casey Hampton like. You got to understand a 3-4. Right. The nose is not meant to sack people. He's meant to clog up the hole. That's why Montgomery and Gibbs couldn't go anywhere.
Exactly. Thank you. Put up great stats. He's clogging the holes. As I'm showing you, Jim, he's clogging the holes. He's in the backfield. He's making it hard. It's not guys getting driven back. He's taking on 2 guys, moving them out of the way. And Benton also, Keanu Benton played a great game. Hayward played a great game, Jim. So you got to stop calling him a bust. You're smarter than that, Jim. He is not a bust at all. And in fact, this rookie class has been making plays. Jack Sawyer is another one. He took over because we had 2 linebackers hurt. No TJ Watt again. And also Herbig was hurt. But he played a great game. He was solid against the run. He was even in pass coverage smoking, Jim. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. You got to stop and just admit you're wrong sometimes. Derek Harmon is a solid player. I didn't expect him to come out like Aaron Donald, Jim. But he's putting up. He's doing what we need him to do.
He was drafted the same round.
Aaron Donald was a top 10 pick, Jim.
Either you're an impact or you're not.
He is an impact. That's the difference.
TJ Watt was the 30th pick.
Yes, and the Steelers' defense is designed for the outside linebackers to make plays, Jim.
You got more excuses.
No, these are facts. These are facts.
Donald Evans was a walk-on fullback, and he had 10 sacks for the Pittsburgh Steelers consistently when he played defensive line here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Donald Evans, a 6'1", 280-pound guy. Either you can play or you can't.
And he's showing he can. And he's showing he can play, Jim.
He's carrying the 12th round backup.
No, Jim. All right, Jim. See,
can I say something?
Jim just likes to say a lot.
This is crazy.
Right, this is crazy.
You know what I've seen in those clips? I've seen him ragdoll Penei Sewell. Tell me another human being that ragdoll 2024 Pro Bowl selection Penei Sewell. Right. Probably, if not the best, top 3 offensive tackles in the game, and he ragdolled him as a rookie. We cannot continue to have this conversation like homeboy is trash. He's not. He's nowhere close to being trash. The stats prove it. When he's in the game, it's hard to run against the Steelers. When he's out of the game, people are putting up $150 to $200 a game.
Absolutely.
It's just simple and plain. There's nothing to argue about for real. That's crazy that we've been having a discussion. We're watching on these films that he's literally tossing a 2024 Pro Bowler to the ground like he's nothing. I'm not talking about a defensive end. I'm not talking about a tight end. I'm not talking about a running back. I'm not talking about a fullback. We're talking about one of the toughest offensive tackles in this league right now. You can't call him trash. You can't.
Big Rome, he was out of the game last week and they shut down Miami Dolphins, who had their best running game in all of football. They
That's one game, though. But what about the other
and that wasn't Gibbs and Montgomery. Gibbs and Montgomery is probably the best running back tandem in the league, Jim. And they held them to under 50 yards.
The difference between the two is that one offense can either pass or run on you, so you have to worry about both. They
Right.
stop the run. You can do whatever you want against their pass because they don't have no pass receivers
Absolutely.
other than the one receiver that they got down there. That's it. That's the difference between the two.
Big Bro, let me ask you this, Big Bro. Did he get any votes for Rookie of the Year? Did he get any Defensive Rookie of the Year votes? Then
We-
the first round draft choice.
We can find it. I don't know if he did or he didn't, but all I know is the stats.
You know he didn't, Big Bro. You know he didn't. He's only a legend here in Western Pennsylvania because we lowered the bar so low that a slot
Wow.
like that, and we give him credit to. This is the most invisible first round draft choice I've seen since Ziggy Hood.
Jim, you just keep trying to throw that name in there, and he's nowhere near a Ziggy Hood.
Ziggy Hood. Okay, Ziggy Hood.
Let's
Man,
stop.
I ain't got no big dog
Listen,
in here.
man,
What you gotta say, big dog? Hit me with some knowledge, man.
All right, we got Big Ralph Williams, RW Media's back in the house. All right.
Big Ralph in the building.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Fort Smith, better
What up, Ralph?
Hey,
Oh, how's everyone doing tonight? Sorry I'm late, but
no
I was
problem,
on
no
another
problem.
program. So
Glad you could jump in, Ralph. We're just talking about Derek Harmon. Jim is the only one still calling him a bust. I just showed film of Derek Harmon making plays. Jim won't admit it. He probably can't see it because he's on that Obama phone.
He had 15 tackles on the year.
Jim,
Almost the season's over.
Jim, his value isn't going to be stats, Jim. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You're allowed to make tackles, Lou. Come on.
Jim,
He Hampton was a nose guard, and he made tackles.
Jim, he didn't have a bunch of stats either, Jim. The nose guard is not going to put up big numbers. Jim, I'm showing you he's making an impact.
He's not a nose guard. He's not a nose guard. J.C. Hampton was.
He's playing all over. Nose guard, defensive end. He's not going to put up those numbers. No, these plays, he's right there. He's involved in all these.
How do you justify 15 tackles?
Jim, he was hurt half the season, Jim, and he's still not healthy.
That, Jim, in the 3-4, the linemen are designed to hold the offensive line and for the linebackers to make plays.
to make the linebackers to make plays and open it up for them to make the tackles. Yes, absolutely. That's how it's set up.
I think Cam Hayward got 100 sacks.
Cam's going to
You
the
know what I mean?
Cam's going to the Pro. He's going to the Pro Bowl Hall of
He's
Fame.
going
He's
to-
a Hall of Fame player. But that's not to say that Derek Harmon won't.
In the fast first round draft to a day, 15 tackles on the year.
No,
And
Jim,
guys are
you just go ahead and accept your L, Jim. He's making an impact. He's doing what they need him to do.
Even the national announcers, and a lot of them don't know what they're talking about sometimes, even made a comment saying that Derek Harmon being back will help their run defense. And that came from Tony Romo. So there you go.
Right. And one thing you got to know, Jim, the run defense has been great these last two games without TJ Watt. And I don't know how TJ Watt made the Pro Bowl. He made it on name only because he didn't have a great season. And you know that, Jim. Beginning of the year, I told you Myles Garrett would put up better numbers than him. I said he was a better player at this point. And once again, TJ Watt, we don't know when he's coming back. He's not on the sideline. He's still recovering from the punctured lung. So we don't know. But when we give some credit to Highsmith, Highsmith was making plays. He's been earning his money. If he's healthy, he's a difference maker here. You know? So we could talk about that. Listen, one thing I did want to talk about the offense. There's one play in particular I want to show you guys. But real quick, go ahead, Ralph. Give us your thoughts on this because you jumped in late. Your game.
Okay, real quick, everybody. Tom Palacino is reporting on Twitter X that the Steelers have ridded themselves of DK Metcalf. I reached out to my sources at the Steelers, and my sources tell me that is an erroneous report from Tom Palacino. Okay, they have not dissolved themselves of DK Metcalf, but the NFL is making a decision that he might lose for $45 million, and the Steelers might have to dissolve from DK Metcalf. But as of right now, it is not. They have not dissolved themselves from DK Metcalf. So Tom Pelissino put out an erroneous report on Twitter X. Okay,
he's not going anywhere.
No, he's not. But I'm just letting everyone know this so that they don't get caught up in that. All right.
You know what's crazy about that subject? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's
all the reckless people that we had come through this place, and we had some people who towed the line for years upon years. This run erroneous situation will have somebody say, you know what, we're going to get rid of him, and have people really believe that that's going to happen. After the
there are people out there, Big Row, that believe that. Last week there was a report out that Lynn Swann died. Okay, and that was an erroneous report. Okay, right. But there are people, like you say, that believe this stuff, and it's just it's really unbearable how people believe this thing, you know. Right. But I wanted to verify that on this show tonight, and I found this out earlier because someone on the show I was on before I came on here said that this happened, and I said, wait a minute, let me check with my sources, and I have a couple good ones. You can ask Luther and Smoking Jim. I got some good sources down in Steeler offices, and I reached out to one of them. And he told me, he said, no, that's not the case. But he explained it to me that the NFL might cancel out his $45 million. So we'll see. You know.
Hey, Luther. Hey, Luther. I think Ralph got that one from Tony Romo.
Hey, speaking of Tony Romo, we got it's me, Robbie. He says Cowboys will win. See, Jim, you got these Cowboy guys coming in here. Win it all. Yeah, they're going to win the draft. They have no chance. Steelers side right. Come on, Black Press just saying anything in here. Call in, Black Press. Listen, man, let me put that banner back up. If anybody wants to call in. Listen, Jim, I just don't get where you're coming from. Listen, let's talk about the offense. One play I did want to run is Aaron Rodgers. He's calling some great plays. One in particular, he tells, and I'm gonna play this one here. He tells in his game where to run and what to do on the most amazing touchdown.
Rodgers off his back.
This side, run flat to the right.
Yep, there it is. He's like a conductor of a symphony, Luther.
He tells you go all the way out and run it deep.
Yep.
Looks the other way, throws it off the back
Rodgers
foot.
off his back foot, throws it down the way, and look at Gainwell.
And he scores.
Thinks he has a touchdown.
He catch it. He catch it. Excellent. He caught it.
I mean, I don't think he was touched. I think this might be a touchdown, Jim.
I mean, Gainwell.
Yeah, that's a touchdown.
That's an amazing play. Right
Oh, my goodness.
I told you this running back is like a wide receiver.
But while
Gainwell's definitely earned his money. That's for sure.
Well, he's out. Yeah, he's definitely earned it. He's outlet. 1 year, $1 million. I think Fillmore said it last week. That's the biggest bargain in NFL this year. I wish they would have locked him up longer. Aaron Rodgers loves him. I don't know if you all heard in the press conference. He said he wished he would have played with him for 10 years because he's so smart and does everything. Kenneth Gainwell is that guy, man.
He was in the numbers game in Philly with Barkley and all that there.
He wasn't going to beat out Barkley, but you know what? Right. Philadelphia does miss him because when Barkley goes out, they don't have that explosive player like a Kenneth Gainwell.
Right.
EQ Shipley didn't turn out like they thought that he was. He produced last year, but not enough this year for them to make any moves like that. So, they wish they had him back.
Yeah, and I wish the Steelers would lock up Kenneth Gainwell because he's going to cash in, this offseason. But how about the refereeing, Jim?
Well,
Fillmore, what were your thoughts on the refereeing? There were some questionable calls in this game. Jim, your thoughts?
I thought this was the best associated game.
Oh my God! Come on, Jim.
I gotta get my face out of here. This is crazy.
Jim, stop! Come on, man. There's no way you thought this was.
Like Coach Tomlin said, this was the second. This crew threw the second most flags in the NFL this year, so they expected it. They call a tight game. but they called the same pick play on the Pittsburgh Steelers that they called on the Detroit Lions, man. I thought this crew was buttoned up, man, and tight, man. I thought maybe Lee McGinnis was out.
Lee had some issues. I spoke to Lee. He said, they made some bad calls in this game. The pick plays. Now, they did call one on Washington, then they called one on a tight end for Detroit, but they also let one go in the end zone for Detroit, and then they called the one at the end. But again, it was a lot of questionable calls in this game. You don't like the referees to be that involved in so much of it, but
But look, they were fair, right? Because we're missing that rub route that Darnell Washington had in the end zone. It was the same play, right? It was the same play, that rub route. And what's the guy's name? Reed, and Reed got injured on his belly. So that was the same type of rub route. And what was it, Jameson? Was it Jameson Williams that did the rub route and he put his shoulder in the Queen's chest? Yeah, right. That was offensive PI. It was the same principle, the same play. Every team runs that play.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. And listen, also, what I'm talking about this, if you look at this play, the forward progress is stopped at the 1. He's all the way at the 7. His knee hits, and they throw it. How they said that was a touchdown?
Yeah, that was bad call too. Yeah.
Everybody stops running. The play has been dead, and they said that would have been a touchdown if not for the interference. It was atrocious calls. Some of the holding penalties, some of the missed calls. But on this play, did you see Joey Porter close out and stop him from going into the end zone? One of the top receivers in the game.
You mean Joey Porter Jr.? Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
No, we're not going to do that, man.
I took an L. Hey, Luther, I'm going to claim my L because last week I said that Joey Porter Jr. was going to have 100 yards of penalties.
You did.
And even though I'm going to claim my L. Hey, Jim, man, sometimes you got to say when you lost, man.
Hey.
Like, even though JPJ is as handsy as a 12th grader in a junior prom, he closed out this game. He closed out.
He definitely did. They had him matched up on St. Brown, Jamison Wood, and he was doing his thing. Asante Samuel struggled this game.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he got. Yes, he did.
And also, the screen passes. So he's still rusty, but I see potential there. Hopefully, he can get back to what he was before. But he struggled for sure.
He's more of a zone cornerback than he is a man, and he got caught on some of the crossing patterns with him man to man, and he got smoked on a couple plays.
Yeah, well, they need him for that zone there, Big Row, because they always run that stupid soft zone all the time. So they need him for that. So
whatever they're doing, they're working because they're allowing us to get to the quarterback with our second and third pass rushers.
Yes,
so I'm happy about that. But there's a fine line between that last play where they're basically holding him up, giving him the ability to pitch it back. First of all, they drove him back 5 yards. Yeah. That play should have got blown whistle. Right. This game could actually be completely different if they followed the rules. Because if they would have actually blew the whistle, there was still 2 seconds left. So they would have had the penalty. They would have moved it back. But the reason why they're getting into it, because you can't slam these guys down to the ground. If they would have slammed the guy to the ground, then they would have threw a penalty on them. So the softening of the game kind of let that action happen. Or allowed the offenses to do whatever, because he would have never 5 years ago pitched that ball back because it would have got slammed on his neck and that play would have been over.
Good point. Hey, real quick, thinking that should the league do more to protect? Good question, Lori. Thanks for the question. Should the league do more to protect players from repeat antagonistic fans before incidents explode like the one with Metcalf? Okay. All right, I like that question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, yes, and I spoke on that earlier. Yes, I mean, this guy has a history. Last year, he did the same thing to Metcalf, but that time, Metcalf got security. He was removed, and fans heard him dropping N-bombs, heard him talking about Metcalf's mom, and he removed him. Why is he allowed back in the game? Why he should be banned for good for doing that?
Yeah,
the league has to take some heat for that. DK was wrong for going over there, but why is this guy allowed to keep doing this? and I'm gonna show a video. He's celebrating. Hey, that's what we wanted after Metcalf came over. There's video of him saying that. You know, he was looking for the reaction so he could try to file a lawsuit and do all this other stuff that he's going to do.
Or post something on social media, Luther, and really carry it out of hand. I mean, you know how that goes. You know.
Of course. And we got Colin there. Go Bills. Go Bills.
But you know what though? He made his social media private after
really? Get out of here.
After it happened, it made him private. I was listening to Debo and Joe, and Debo took a screenshot before his thing went private. He wasn't even there was no Detroit fandom stuff. He wasn't even a fan. He was just a professional troll.
Right, exactly.
You know what came out too? Afterwards, there was his spokesperson was his lawyer came out and made a statement. So you know this was all contrived off the rip because he's trying to catch a lick.
Right, right. But DK has to be smarter than this, especially when you got this in your contract. They put it in there for a reason because you've been known to crash out. So you can't crash out. And he did just that. I thought we got rid of the crash out, Jim. But DK, George Pickens never did something like this. He argued with fans, but he never went in there and grabbed them. So DK just made a terrible move.
Did y'all notice the lack of security on the sidelines, though?
I saw security walking over slow motion following DK, but she could have stopped it a long time ago.
But if you're at Heinz Field, aka Acrisure, there's a line of people facing the crowd, their backs to the field.
Yes.
You know, there's a where's that security at? You know what I'm saying?
At one time, Fillmore, when I could walk, I used to work security like that at Acrisure Stadium, and I worked for the company. And then when I was in a wheelchair, they moved me to another spot. But I have worked that position, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's very tight there, and very, very secure. So I mean, you know,
as well. I used to have the yellow shirts and everything. And as security, you're supposed to be looking at the fans to see who's getting out of control, who may have to be removed, who's too drunk.
Yes. I had an issue. I worked at one of the rotundas, and I had an issue where I think I may have told you this story, where they were dumping beer cups on Heinz Ward's family. And I had to go get the police and the sheriffs and the security to go up and apprehend the people who were doing it. They were dropping cups when the beers used to be in cups. They were dropping them from the rotunda right down on Heinz Ward's family. It was sitting in the section I was working. So I mean, I had to go get more security and the police, and they came up and got them out of there. Yeah. So I mean, and they
paid $12 just to drop their beer.
Just to drop a beer on Heinz Ward's family. Right. Yeah.
Hey, we got linebacker you. He said, with all the leg injuries and concussions, is it time for league to go back to natural grass? More cushion, more give, no concrete underneath grass, just dirt. A lot of no contact injuries. Good question.
See, a lot of teams are cheap. They don't want to go into the grass situation. Look at what's happened down at Acrisure Stadium. How many times the field's been nasty. Yeah. So they just stick with it, and it can cause a lot of injuries, but it's bad.
Yeah, Jim, what's your thoughts on that about natural grass?
Well, I've always been a big fan of AstroTurf.
That was the worst. I still got to agree.
Hey, I got brush burns on my elbows and knees right now, still to this day, man.
Yes. Come on, Jim. I hated AstroTurf.
I want Jim to look at my elbows and I can tell you what AstroTurf did.
He played at Woodland Hills. They had the turf, man.
No. When I played at
Woodland Hills, on that AstroTurf down a couple stadium.
And there was a mound of grass on there. At University, it was AstroTurf, and this is the.
Oh yeah, it was still AstroTurf when I was there, man. That's how cheap that school is.
Would you say, Jim?
Football players are only a piece of meat. They're here for my entertainment.
Oh.
So AstroTurf never goes bad. That's why I like that aspect.
That's another reason why they keep it there, because it never goes bad.
See?
You know.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good point. Hey, we got Lee on the line with Mahomes out, KC losing a lot of money. Absolutely. These onlys care about money.
No, they're not. They're making money on Taylor Swift.
Hey, Lee. Lee, you still with us?
Yeah, Lee.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now. What's going on, Lee?
I got a few things. I was listening to all, your comments, and Rod Woodson is a fan of AstroTurf, Jim.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Jim.
Hey, Barry Sanders left his ACL on the turf. Yeah.
I'm going down the list on y'all. Ralph, where was you when they threw Bear at Cordell Stewart? Forget Hines Ward.
No, battery. I was at the game when they threw batteries at Dave Parker. I was at that game.
I'm going down the list, man. I think that was death row security at the Detroit game, and that's why DK had no protection.
Death row security.
There's snowballs at Cliff Stout, too, in the Maulers game. Everybody forgets about the snowballs and beer bottles at Cliff Stout.
But, the thing is, man, we got to focus on this week and the business this week. Whenever the outcome is Saturday, Steelers don't have DK Metcalf, so there won't be no Metcalf. With Eric Metcalf, DK Metcalf, the Steelers need to focus on winning, and I feel they need to run the plays, the pass plays to win this game. They did a decent job Sunday to get third down conversions. That was big, and they need to continue that because Browns played pretty good against the Bills Sunday.
Yeah. Well, they didn't play good against the run. James Cook, he's one of the best running backs in the league, but he had a field day. Yeah. And Cleveland's been giving up a lot of rush yards, so hopefully they'll be able to run the ball a lot more away from Myles Garrett.
Yes.
But that's how teams have been having success. I think Gainwell and Warren could have a nice game against Cleveland. I don't know what's going on with their defense.
The Steelers, you saw, y'all guys got some guys on there that, play football, understand. Detroit didn't run a single high. They ran two high. They ran cover two or whatever.
Right.
Running single high against, because DK's not effective. So, the next man up, according to Tomlin, and I'm not going to hold it up long as Sean be holding it up. Your man Sean. A few things.
Lee calling out people, man. Let's ask the question, Lee.
Dropping the day, man. The road is narrow, and I'm name dropping DK. Credit according to your man. That was terrible. But the officiating to me was consistent on the OPI, DPI. Now that Ravens game, that was bad when that guy got tackled. Bad. But Rome hit it right on the nose, and Rome analyzed it the way I did. It would have been a 10-yard penalty on the OPI, but it still would have been 2 seconds on the clock. But I still don't understand how $200,000, these officials get paid $200,000. If that was the quarterback that got drove back 5 yards, when this Ford Parkway stopped, they would have blew the whistle.
Right.
That was terrible Sunday. He got drove back 5 yards, and they would have had to review that play because I believe his leg was down before he pushed that ball. But that was bad on their part not to kill the play.
Right. I definitely agree with that, man. Like I said, refereeing as a whole, has been terrible, man. And I got the exact play you're talking about. You see Humphreys tackling the Patriots receiver. The ball is nowhere in the screen. And that was not called a pass interference. But you're right that their officiating has been terrible this year, man. They need to get you out there, Lee. Because these guys have been terrible.
They need to get Jim in the Steelers scouting department. Again, I read Black Press's comments on your YouTube. I agree with them. They need to hire street security.
Street security. You crazy. All right, Lee, man. Hey, so give me a score. Give me a score for this Browns game. Give me a score for this Browns.
I'll be there. I will be at the game Sunday.
Oh, okay. And you're not going to be in the dog pound, are you? Be careful if you go to the dog pound. Don't be anywhere near there.
Awesome, guys. I'm going to be right where Tomlin comes out. Keep watching. Keep watching. As the road gets narrow, keep watching. They haven't beat the Browns, and Ralph probably knows this more than I do in the last time they've been here. Beat them Sunday. Get this over with. You know what happened in Baltimore last year. Keep watching. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Hey, Lee, man, appreciate the call, man.
Lee, have a good one. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Out there in Cleveland, man.
Jim's getting my gift from me right now online.
All right, Lee. Appreciate you.
Hey, Luther, real quick, I got an update on DK Metcalf. The NFL has ruled he will lose his $45 million bonus or whatever here. Brooke Pryor's reporting from ESPN. She's the only one that asks us tough questions at the Mike Tomlin press conferences. And she said that he has been suspended, and he will have to forfeit $45 million in future considerations. And his fine, or he will lose for the game $555,000 for each game.
$500,000. That's crazy.
Yes. Yep. So there's the update for you on what's going on.
I think they'll work it out. I think they'll be able to, figure something out.
I want to know where the union is here. How come the players' union isn't stepping up and doing something here? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, it's just a bad.
Since Gene Upshaw, when he was president, man, he didn't take nothing. I mean, he was right in there. But ever since he passed away and moved on or whatever, there's been nothing. I mean, it's been you don't even hear from him anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They should have the strongest union, and they don't.
Exactly. They should. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that one.
And let's see. When you run a 4-3, you're always going to be a fan of Tom. All right.
4-3.
hey, real quick, man. This time is going quick. Listen,
let's
get into this Browns game. I said earlier on your show, Sports Corner, I thought it would be 23-17. I think it's going to be closer than people think, just because Shedeur Sanders, I think he was upset. He thought he was going to get drafted by the Steelers. I think he holds a little grudge. And Cleveland always plays well against the Steelers in Cleveland.
Yes.
But
last year.
Yeah. I see a 23-17. They lost their running back, which is going to be a hurt piece for them. But he loves the tight end, and the Steelers have had trouble through the years holding a tight end.
And a Joko, man, he can catch. I mean,
Fannin, the rookie Fannin. Yeah, Fannin.
All right, Jim, give me a score and why.
Well, Pittsburgh Steelers backstabbed Deion Sanders' son.
Oh,
take an overweight, heavy, fat, loaded.
Jim.
Defensive lineman. So I think Deion Sanders' son's going to put on the show. I think he's going to pass for over 400 yards.
400?
He's already done something that no other rookie has ever done. 350 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and ran for one. Rookie only ever done that was Joe Burrows. I think it's going to be a special day for the family, the Deion Sanders family. I think they're going to come and show Pittsburgh Steelers backstabbing. They lied to him. Omar Khan, who wouldn't know a football from a beach ball, lied to him and had him down here in the strip district eating cold food every other day and still didn't draft him.
Oh, come on, Jim.
I think he's going to destroy the Pittsburgh Steelers. I look for a high-scoring game. Pittsburgh 34, Cleveland 32.
Wow. Okay. All right, we got who to go. Steelers going to win 30-10. Sanders will throw 3 picks. Oh, we got Sean on the line. Sean called in. What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm the first one to say I'm not going to take no shots back at Lee McGinnis. As my mom raised me, take the high road, especially on people you don't know. So I'm going to take the high road like the way my mother raised me, my late mother.
Okay.
With that being said, happy holidays to everybody out there.
Same to you, Sean. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
For the holidays. One thing nobody has said, on here is that this pretty much is a must-win game this Sunday for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Now, if Baltimore loses Saturday night, the Steelers win the division.
Right.
But if Baltimore wins Saturday night, Sunday's must win because you don't want to lose against Cleveland and then it's winner take all. And what the networks and the NFL is probably going to do is they're probably going to make the Steelers and the Ravens game the last game of the regular season.
Facts, right.
You need to get your players rested up. So you got to go all hands on deck. Unfortunately, we're going to be without Metcalf and we're going to be without Watt. We're going to be without those two players on Sunday. So what people have failed to say is Sunday's pretty much must win unless Baltimore loses. So I just want to say that. Hopefully everybody enjoys their holiday. I want to say something real quick about college football playoffs because nobody's mentioned it.
Okay.
You're going to have to go to 16-team playoffs. As y'all know, some of y'all may know, some may not know, I'm a Penn State alumni that lives up here in Columbus.
Right.
And last year, being up here in Columbus and being a Penn State alumni and hearing how everything was up at Happy Valley and how I saw firsthand how things were here at Ohio State when they blew out Tennessee in the first round. Next year, I think with all the controversy, because Notre Dame's crying, and we're crying about James Madison and Tulane being in it. Next year, I see it's going to be a 16-team playoff. First round, at least the first round games are going to be on campuses because it's too much money. It's too much money to be left out. Now, the quarterfinal matchups, they're going to have to fight against the bowls because the bowls are going to want to have, the 6 with the quarterfinals, 4 quarters, and 2 semis.
Right.
But it's too much money. They're going to have to move this stuff to the campus on campus. So it's just too much money. I seen it firsthand here last year with Ohio State, and then seeing how the fans were down at Oklahoma and Texas A&M. They're going to have to do something with having more games on campus.
Okay.
So I'll see them going 16 teams to satisfy teams like Notre Dame, and we'll just see how everything goes out. I like the matchups as far as the quarterfinals are concerned. I hope Miami beats Ohio State. And Luther's a house divided with me because me and my twin brother, we love the Canes, even though I'm a great alumni. And my wife, she loves Ohio State, so it's a house divided going into the New Year's for us. So.
I don't see it, Miami beating Ohio State, man. I mean, their defense is tough. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. I think you lose by at least 20.
As our guy Stackhouse said beginning of the year, Carson Beck may cause Miami, and the way he plays, I see why Georgia let him walk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't play that well against Texas A&M. The running game carried them. The running game and defense. I think he barely threw for over 100 yards that game. But we'll see.
Give credit to a Pittsburgh guy who got the defense balling down in Miami, Jason Taylor. He got the boys playing top notch down there.
That's true. That's true for sure. But I don't see how they're going to stop Jeremiah Smith. That's going to be a matchup nightmare for them, Sean. So,
only thing I'll say is that is Jeremiah from Miami, so you know how that is. You play against your hometown, or you play against your neighborhood. This time he's playing against his home city, so he's going to try to show out, and Miami's going to try to do what they can. But I think Jeremiah may be a decoy this game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because Miami,
these games are better in the first round, man. Those first round games, most of them were pretty bad.
Oh, well, last year the games were bad. All the games were blowouts last year as well. So,
yeah.
I mean,
those first rounders aren't good, man. Lately, they haven't been good at all.
Yeah. I have a question, one final question for you guys. If the Steelers make the playoffs, how far do y'all think they could really go, being that Mahomes is out of the playoffs?
Look, I think if first round they get the Chargers are beatable to them. For some reason, the Bills has their number, so if they play the Bills, I don't think they win. But if they play the Chargers first round at home, I think they can beat the Chargers, and they already beat the Patriots. So they're one of three teams that beat the Patriots. People seem to forget that. I can see them going as far, and if they play in that order, as the AFC Championship, but no further than that. That's optimistic. Being optimistic.
Listen, looking at the AFC, the Patriots are a top team. The Denver Broncos are a top team, and they're both beatable. The hottest team right now that's kind of scary is Jacksonville Jaguars. That's the hottest team, but I don't think any team really in the AFC is that scary to me.
No.
I think Buffalo, just because they have more experience than any team that's going to be in the AFC playoffs, that's a team that I don't think the Steelers would match up well with. I would avoid them. Outside of that, I think they can beat any of these teams in the AFC. Denver, Bo Nix is not going to get you to a Super Bowl. Drake May is good, but he's another young quarterback. I think the Patriots, they should have lost to Baltimore last week.
Yeah, they got lucky a few times this year, Luther.
Beatable. Every team in the AFC is very beatable.
Yeah.
If the Steelers stay hot, playing like they are, energized, get healthy, I can see them making a run to the Super Bowl.
And the Broncos didn't really beat anybody for real. They really didn't.
Right.
And so I think they're fool's gold. That's fool's gold to me.
Thank you. I agree. Their defense is legit, but offensively, you can get after Bo Nix and he can turn that ball over. Anybody else? Ralph?
I think that last week's Steelers playing against anybody can match up with anybody. And we weren't even at full strength. We got people who are coming back. So as much as people want to talk about TJ Watt is a threat. I don't care what anybody says. So him on the field matters. Whoever we're missing matters. We haven't missing anybody for the year. Last week's Steelers team could compete against anybody, especially with the youth of the quarterbacks that are in the league.
Right.
So I'm not intimidated by anybody with the status who we are at this point in the point in time in the season. We got the experience that we need in the places that we have. So I think that what we can bring to the table to put fear in a lot of people. We just got to continue to stay consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. That's, consistency is the key here with this. Yeah, if you want my score, Luther, for the game this week, I'm going to do like Smoke and Jim, come up with a consistent score. 24-21 Steelers on Chris Boswell's last-minute field goal. So there you go.
Okay.
That's if Kuntz is back at long snapper and not Cal Amaratis. So
you people, just 2 weeks ago, they wanted to fire the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and now you guys are talking about Super Bowl. I'm the only one that was.
I didn't say anything about a Super Bowl.
Who ain't no one on this panel say fire the coach, and not even Claudio.
I said his contract's done. He's done after this contract.
Let me finish. The Pittsburgh Steelers can beat anybody, and they can lose to anybody.
You're not saying anything, Jim.
In the playoffs, you don't think they can? You don't think they won on the last play of the game last week? You guys are talking about the Buffalo Bills. They should have got beat by the Cleveland Browns. Hey, listen, there's good teams in the AFC. The Steelers are one of them. You get in the playoffs, it's one and done. The Pittsburgh Steelers have not shown the consistency yet to prove that they can beat anybody, and they can lose to anybody, and they can beat anybody. The Pittsburgh Steelers are that good and that bad on any given Sunday. You guys know it.
It's about getting hot at the right time. The Steelers are one of the hotter teams. They won 3 in a row. They win Sundays 4 in a row. I mean, you just want to be playing at peak level going into the playoffs, and it looks like they are at this point. They're playing better than they were at any point this season, Jim. So that's why people are high on them right now. A
few weeks ago that they wanted to burn the down, and
that was some fans there.
It was embarrassing. That was the most embarrassing thing you ever want to see to one of the top 10 greatest coaches of all time.
Oh, come on.
Here as number one ahead of Don Shula.
Oh, ahead of Don Shula. You think he's going to get that many wins, Jim? I don't think he's going to coach longer than
Okay.
Well, that's what you think. That's what you think.
And that's what you think.
Here's what I want to ask everybody here. Is 9-8 acceptable to you?
Hold on, let him finish. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jim.
Coach Tomlin, one thing, Coach Tomlin's never lied to me. We ain't friends anymore, but he never lied to me. He said he has no interest. He'll never do television. Coach Tomlin is a football coach. He'll coach here long enough to go past Don Shula.
Wow. Okay. I don't see that. He's 53.
No, this is his last contract.
Ralph, I don't know. Like I said, I think Tomlin's going to leave on his own account. If he's tired and wants a break, then he's not getting fired.
No, I never said he was getting fired. I said this was his last contract.
He'll leave when he's ready. 53, 200 wins. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame coach, and people in Pittsburgh want to slander him, which is unreal to me.
Let me ask you this, Luther. Do you accept 9-8 and mediocrity? I mean, that's the big thing that I have with this whole thing.
First
he hasn't won a playoff game since 2016.
Listen, if you don't win a Super Bowl, you didn't reach your goal. I don't care.
No, exactly. Yeah, Bill Cowher said it. If you don't need to be in the NFL if you're not going to go to the Super Bowl.
There will never be another Bill Belichick winning 7 in 10 years, or whatever he did. That's never going to happen because he had outside influences, a little help. That's not going to happen. But to diminish what he's done is wrong. There's no coach who's coached his entire career and never had a losing season. With all the injuries and everything else, you have to give credit. Do I think they should have had more success in the playoffs? Yes, but it happens in football. But I'm not going to say he's a bum coach or an average coach. He's a good coach. He's top 10 all time.
Can I add to that?
Go ahead, Ron.
A lot of people like to use the word mediocrity. It's average seasons. Mediocrity is when you go 4-12. Mediocrity is when you go 5-11 or whatever the averages come out to with a 7-game season.
I think that's
mediocrity is not being won over going positive on most of the seasons that you play or going 8-8. That's one thing. But I understand how people feel about the situation. The problem is that he coaches to the best of his ability. Some of these cats will go 4-12, 3-13 because they throw games. This is what they do. The Steelers don't partake in that. If the Steelers ever did that, then they might have had an opportunity to go pick a quarterback at a high level. It's really difficult. So to say that they're mediocre based on the fact that they go 9-8, they go 10-7, they go 8-8, it's crazy thinking to me. I understand that we want more. I want more. As a Steelers fan, when we won in 2005 was the first time I ever cried. Second time I ever cried after a football game. That meant that much to me.
What about 2008?
What'd you say?
About 2008.
2008, I might have dropped a thug tear. But that 2005, that's the first Super Bowl that I ever seen before.
Okay.
Did you get a tattoo tear room?
Did not.
I saw the disappointment in 1995 when we lost that game. Neil O'Donnell threw them passes to Larry Brown. I watched that one. That was disappointing.
I didn't cry at that time, but I was really upset. And you should have probably left me alone, especially since I was in college and I used to do this a little bit back in that day. It's probably for the best that you leave me alone back at that time.
I heard a rumor that Greg Lloyd and Kevin Green slammed Neil O'Donnell against the locker at the end of the game and said, "Thanks for ruining our opportunity to win the Super Bowl."
Those are two guys you wouldn't want to make upset.
Exactly.
Those two guys and James Harrison, they're a different breed. Hey, real quick, Sean, are you still on the line?
One final question. I'm gonna hang up. Dylan Cook, if he continues to play the way he's playing, because Brian Baldinger has been pointing him out the past 2 weeks. He got a big matchup with Myles Garrett this week, and then if we make a playoff run, I don't know if Roger Jones coming back. Steelers may have to make a decision between Cook and Jones at left tackle. I'm gonna let you guys go.
You sold on Dylan Cook already?
When we watch him just after a
Yes.
Steeler win.
Yes, I was sold last week.
Well,
I know you want to see more. It was one game, blah blah blah. Hey,
Garrett this week. I mean,
hey, everyone needs help with Myles Garrett besides Dan Moore for some reason. I don't know why. But both of Jalen Warren's runs, 45-yard runs, came off of Dylan Cook's butt. Okay, right off his butt cheeks. And I haven't seen Broderick move the line that way. And he had Spencer Anderson and Darnell Washington on his side. He still couldn't do it right. He became average with two dudes. Wow. So Dylan Cook.
Yeah, talking about bad number one picks. How about Broderick Jones? There we go. We need to add that to the list.
He was playing better before he got hurt. You know,
listen. Every coach got bad picks, but what about Pouncey? What about the Castro? Come on, Hayward, TJ. Come on, man. Mike Tomlin got some Hall of Famers in his pocket, man.
I didn't say it was all Mike Tomlin. I just said that was a bad pick. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
him already. He was showing improvement. Come on, Ralph. He was showing.
No, he wasn't. Come on. When you have to put two other guys on his side, come on.
No, at the beginning of the season, he was struggling. Before he got hurt, he was playing some of his best ball of the season, Ralph. Come on now.
Not until Darnell Washington was on the left side that he started actually looking good.
All right.
He had an assistant left tackle.
Before you crown Dylan Cook, let's see how he does towards the end of the season. He got Myles Garrett coming up this Sunday. That's going to be the test. He looks good right now, but we'll see. You know, the first couple games, maybe teams don't have a lot of tape on you. And then now we got Myles Garrett, the baddest man in the game, looking to break the sack record. We'll see. But they're going to have to give him some help.
We got time. We got him next year for the restricted free agent for that last year of his 5th-year contract. We got time to be able to do what we want. We got options, so we've got money in the cut. So even if we do annoy him or we don't annoy him, I like what he's doing so far. Yeah, and we like what whatchamacallit was doing so far his rookie year. So let it play out. We could sign 77 to that 5th-year option and see how it all plays out. We don't have to tip our hand like that. We don't have to get rid of him immediately because we can afford him. And if he doesn't pan out next year, or if Dylan Cook actually does it for a 17-game season, then we know who we got. Nice. But whenever we sign that left tackle, he's going to be expensive. So we got to make the right move. Right. We don't got to put our hands all in the same basket right now.
Yeah.
That was real mature, way better, more mature take than mine. I'm agree with you.
I'm here. They're coming to voice of reason. I got you.
Yeah, he looks good. I mean, we're looking at some of his plays. He's doing his thing. No holding calls, no sacks given up. But now he got the real deal. A guy trying to get the sack record. They better give him some help with Myles Garrett because he's motivated.
It's going to be tortilla chips on that side because there's going to be a lot of chipping on that side. I can tell you that.
It better be.
It has to be a lot of chipping because without DK Metcalf, he's going to need some time.
Yeah.
We're probably going to have Wilson back in the lineup. So it's all going to be.
Roman Wilson's going to play. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Best case scenario is if the Ravens lose.
That's it right there. That's the only thing I did want to say. In the midst of everything that's going to happen, if the Ravens lose, we're going to have 2 bye weeks. We're going to be resting almost everybody. I want to see it like a preseason games. I want the Browns game to be a season where maybe the quarterback plays a half, then you play the young guys in. That last game,
I want to see Will Howard. Everybody wants to see Will Howard.
Everybody
get some action. You know, that's the best case scenario. Give him a game and a half against the Browns and the Ravens while Aaron Rodgers rests up. Aaron Rodgers right now, his football IQ is off the chart. He's telling guys what to run. I mean, he was the grumpy old man before, but now if you look, he's comfortable with all his receivers now. You know, Roman Wilson, he didn't feel comfortable throwing to him. But now with Thielen, even Scotty Miller, and of course MVS, he knows where those guys are going to be. They know his calls. They know all his audibles.
And Calvin Austin's back in the tub.
Leave Calvin alone, man.
Can't help the club if you're in the tub.
Oh, we got one more call before we got it. We got Mark Alford. What's up, Mark?
Hey, I'm a 54-year-old born-bred Steelers fan from right down 51. I worked in the mill, and I'll tell you, for you people that keep dogging Tomlin and saying, we want Tomlin out, being living there, that was a weekly thing. If it wasn't, if it wasn't Noel did something bad, we want Noel out. We want Franco out. We want, this, that. Then it was Coward. We don't want Quire because he's not, wait a week. The Steelers are going to make it up for you. And the mood's going to change. So, like you already said, and I agree with it, when the Roonies and Tomlin decide they want to go different ways, then they'll go. But till then, Tomlin's the coach until they both decide we're going different directions.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. And I think this year, the AFC is wide open. If they can stay hot, I don't see why they can't, make a good run. I mean, I really think the AFC is that wide open this year. No KFC, no City. It's open.
In my last thing, for the person that put in the chat that says, Houston's going to expose us? Yeah, we'll see. I'm not too confident on that one. I think the Pittsburgh of last week, like one of your guys said, will definitely run over Houston.
Okay. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, this guy, Whip Hero. He says Jags are going to the Super Bowl. If y'all face Texans, I hope y'all expose their butt offense. Hey, listen, Texans, that defense is legit. But their offense, they leave a lot to be desired, but their defense is going to put pressure on anybody they play. Jaguars are another team that's really on fire. But like I said, the AFC's open.
I totally agree. And gentlemen, I'll leave you on that because I know it's past 10. Merry Christmas and have a great New Year.
All right, Mark. Thanks.
Have a good one, Mark. Thank you.
Mark. All right. Real quick, he leaves the line open. Jim, as we get out of here, give me your power rankings and your score for the Browns game. Oh, you gave us your score. Give me your power rankings, Jim, before we get out of here.
Well, I like the Houston Texans. I like the New England Patriots. You got to like the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Rams.
Okay. All right. Cool. We got all right. I just hope it's someone new that wins the Super Bowl this year. We need a new change of the guard. Yeah, well, it'll be a new representative for the AFC. Philadelphia is still going to be a problem. But all right, Ralph, power rankings, and give us your score.
Well, I already said my score for the Browns game. It's going to be 24-21, last-minute field goal in Boswell. So,
okay.
I think it's the Power Five right now. The Rams, the Broncos are in there, the Steelers, and also New England. And I would say probably the 49ers a little bit too as well. They're in there on the NFC side. So okay. I wanted to balance it out a little bit. So
got you. All right, Big Rome and then Fillmore. Who you got, Big Rome?
I got the Steelers winning 24-13. I think that, like we do with all rookie quarterbacks, we always give them fits. We always give them problems. So I'm excited to see what we're able to do with that. Let's see, for our top five. Let me see. I'm going to go with, man, I hate to say it. Seattle Seahawks are up there.
Yeah.
That's a tough squad over here. New England keeps winning. They should have lost last week, but
absolutely,
they're up there as well. We really can't deny Buffalo, but what Buffalo's putting on the table right now, they always find ways to win, man. They're putting it on the back of their quarterback. He's creating magic, man, every time you turn around. Another one I hate is the Denver Broncos because I don't like their coach personally. I think he's a good coach. I just don't like him as a person. And I think that they're pretty good. I think their defense show improves. And the way they win, at home, meaning that they'll have games at home if they keep doing what they're doing. Denver's a tough place to play for anybody up there. So, and I'm gonna go with the Steelers for number 5, man. I like the surge they're on, man. So those are my top 5.
All right, we got Marster, Meat Matt. Does Tomlin voted in now? Come on, man. See, they're on a winning streak, and this is what we get. God dang. All right.
Oh, you should see it down in Tampa, Luther. They want Todd Bowles out.
Oh, well, they've been struck, but see, they're struggling bad. And really,
yeah, I know.
A lot of Baker Mayfield bad turnovers. He's been throwing key interceptions. I think Bowles is a good coach, but, you can't have your quarterback throwing interceptions at the end of the game. Jags over Broncos. All right, we know he's a Jag fighter. All right, who to go? Top 5: Rams, Seahawks, Steelers, New England, Chicago. Ooh. All right.
Forgot about Chicago.
Yeah, the Bears are doing pretty good.
Yeah, Bears.
All right, Phil, what you got?
Hey, my score, I got Steelers 27, the Browns 17. As Big Ron was talking about, man, Tomlin does great against rookie quarterbacks, right. And Shador is like a young Jameson with my man J-Mo, and he'll give you 2 touchdowns, but he'll give you 2 picks at the same time. So he'll give you 30 and 30. You know what I'm saying? It'll look like a Jokic double-double.
Come on, man. Don't say that. 30 and 30. Come on.
30 and 30. He right now he will. Right now he'll clean it up, but right now he's giving J-Mo vibes. All right, going to eat a W. But that's 27-17. My top 5, man. Thank you for mentioning Chicago because I forgot about them, man. Chicago at 5. I got San Fran at 4. I got the Denver Broncos at 3. I got the Patriots at 2 and the Rams at 1.
Guys, you all put no respect on the Jaguars. Jaguars, the way they destroyed Denver, I got them number 5. I still think Philly is just buying their time. I'm going to put them number 4. I got the Rams at number 3. I know Steelers at number 3. I'm gonna go with LA Rams, and number 1. Seahawks are balling right now. Seahawks,
they're doing very well. Yes,
but they're gonna fall in the playoffs because I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold. I still don't believe it. And is there a chance we could have a all Pennsylvania Super Bowl? Philly Steelers? I don't know.
No.
Is it a possibility? I think
yes.
You know what I said?
The possibility.
You know what I said if they go to the Super Bowl, and so I'm still with it.
It's a possibility, man. I mean, they're both hot right now. I wouldn't put it past them. I would love to see that in a Super Bowl. But Kenneth Gainwell going against his old team. They didn't use him the right way.
Yeah, too bad. Slay ended up being a bum this year. He could have stayed around.
That was a bad move, but he got his $10 million. Buffalo wanted him. He said, "No, I'm gonna sit back and enjoy this $10 million." But yeah, he was washed when he came, man. The defense really improved once we put him on the sideline. He
was another Patrick Peterson.
Guy past his prime.
Steelers are good for that.
Yeah, it's sometimes you roll the dice. Sometimes
I call that the used car lot. They went to the used car lot for that.
Listen, Jalen Ramsey was a steal though.
Yeah, that was.
Ramsey came in, and he's the real deal, man. He brings the heart. He brought a lot of energy, and the defense. I don't know if you all remember, he had a players only meeting, and he got up and really got on the defense. He's a leader, man. We saw that the very first game against the Jets. Hopefully he can continue to do that. But hey, I want to thank all the callers. I want to thank everybody who tuned in. Definitely make sure you support the station, man. Enjoy Christmas. Thanks for tuning in with us a day early. We're probably going to do Tuesday next week because it's New Year's next week, and then we'll be back to our Wednesday. The Smoker, Jim, Ralph, Big Rome, Fillmore. We'll check you out next time. Peace. Blessings. Enjoy your Christmas.